guys? I'm Mellow Seven. This is Football Manager 2018. This is Shorty. What do you think, Shorty dog? That's Copper Line back there. So, introductions out of the way. We got... Oh, I guess that's part of the picture. I was seeing this here, and I thought maybe my green screen was off because I'm looking and I see this weird color there. So I think we're okay, though. All right, so we played a few matches. I completely was confused last time about getting a player and wondering if I brought it in. I forgot it completely that I'm not allowed to bring people in. So it's a good thing I did it. But transfer window has slammed shut. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what our general manager did as far as transfers go. So you can see, let's see, 7, this is August. Well, so far for the year, he's brought in Ruslan. We'd already seen Ruslan. Rumen Alexiev. He doesn't look bad. 18 years old. Looks like he's going to be a pretty decent defensive midfielder. Pace is still pretty slow, but he's got decent positioning, good teamwork vision. If this passing looks good, tackling looks good, he may be on the starting team next year, the way things are going there. Nietzschev, who is on the starting first team right now, 30 years old, he should be at this point. Good physicals. Mentals are pretty good. Technicals are a little bit down, to be honest. But, 11, 10, and 11 for heading, marking, and tackling. And his passing is also a 10. He has really good positioning, good teamwork, great determination. So pretty good player overall for us, I think. Galen Dimov, we're going to run him midfield center most likely. I think he'd be an interesting attacking midfielder as well with his long shots of 12. He's got good vision. I wish his flare was a little bit higher, but his anticipation is good too. So a creative player that might be interesting up there as an attacking midfielder. We're not playing one this season, or at least not yet. But I think ultimately maybe he'd be very good there. He is 27 years old, so there's no real upside to him at this point. He is what he is. Angel, defensive left. I think he's going to be pretty good for us. Physicals are okay. He's got a little bit of pace. Jumping reach, he doesn't jump. Okay, he's 5'7", but he just doesn't jump. But he's got decent first touch. He's got very good tackling. Positioning is 10 and on the way up. Teamwork's on the way up. Good determination as well. I like that. So, he's going to be decent for us. A great acceleration, which is spectacular for us to get back in position or to make a move on the outside. Oh, Jean-Patrick. Not quite Jean-Luc, but, close enough. Technicals for him out here on the wing are spectacular. Corners, crossing, dribbling, first touch, all really good. Good technique. Passing is a 10. He has a little bit of speed with 13 and 12 for acceleration and pace. He's left-footed, which is great because none of our wingers play on the left, really, or are left-footed anyway. And he's got some flair and some off the ball, so a little bit of creativity. Not much vision. He's not going to create for other players, but he can hopefully create for himself. That's the idea anyway. So I think he's going to be great. He's probably going to be our starting left wing up there. Petko Zonkov. He was brought in just recently, probably since you've last seen. I don't remember who we brought. I've already forgotten who we brought in, but I know these three. Maybe Jean-Patrick was the one that was brought in for our last game that I was confused about. Zonkov here, good physicals, lots of 12s. Also not a great jumper, but not a terrible jumper. A little bit of flair, a little bit off the ball, decent work rate, good corners, crossing, dribbling, first touch, free kick taking, and technique. So I think he's going to be very good on the right wing. So we'll see how that goes. Right wing seems to be our strength. We've got lots of players. Coco, Sergey, Zonkov, all can play right wing. It'd be great if we had a little bit more, if we were a little bit more balanced left versus right. But we do have Miguel Angel Luque here. They have him listed as a midfield center, but I think I'm going to retrain him to be our backup mid-left, speaking of not having players there on the left. He is left-footed. He's not super fast, which is the only real negative to put him up there at 28 years old. He's not going to get any faster, but his technicals are great for that with his corners, his crossing, his dribbling, good passing, good technique. He's got vision. Mentals are really good for him. I think probably, he's not the fastest player to put over there, but I think he'll be a good player, especially if we run him as a backup over there, and then also to fill in the center as well on occasion. You know, mentals are perfect for that. So very good creator with anticipation, flair, and vision. And that is the transfers. So people out, he loaned out Vasilinov, and Boris was sold as well. And I just discovered that you can click stuff over here. So there were free transfers. We didn't have any out, but we do have some in. And released players. He did release 3 players: Daniel Georgiev, Alexander Manilov, as much as I liked having him last season, and Birahim Sar, who I also really liked last season. These were 3 big names for us last year. Is what it is. So I was looking for this released players. I don't remember if it was in this save or another save, but is what it is. Future transfers, we don't have any of those lined up. Youth transfers, none of those. There's all our loan deals. So Angel, Jean Patrick, and Antonio Georgiev are all loan deals. All right. How have we done? Not bad. Not bad. I mean, we had the 1-2 loss there that, you know, I thought, you know, maybe we were going to do a little bit better with that first goal. But we followed that up. This was a match I thought we really should have won. Was it this one? Oh, maybe it was just the CSK one. But September Sofia, we got a goal right away. They got a goal at the very end. They balanced each other out. Felt a little dirty to lose there at the last minute. Our defense wasn't spectacular, but, you know, again, midfield, we did okay. Sergei played great. Aitov got the goal. It was on I believe on a corner kick. He came in and just crushed one. Botev Plovdiv, this is one we probably should have got our butts kicked, but somehow we hung on to a 0-0 draw. You know, Ruslan didn't play great. We'd put him in there on the left. Jean Patrick, we tried him. He wasn't spectacular. Yordanov played very well for us, as did Nedelchev. Put Nedelchev in, and Kolev played very well on the right as well. So we squeaked out a draw. I'm not going to complain. Lokomotiv Plovdiv, I would have been happy with the draw on this one. I think that was reasonable expectation. We got a 1-0 win. We scored. Sergei got a goal in the 36th. Again, you can see the strength of our team here is in the midfield. Everybody else was kind of eh. So now we've got this match against Maritsa. They're lower league. You can see here they're Kupa na well, this is the Kupa na Bulgaria, but they are in the Plovdiv 5 Futbolna Grupa. There we go. They apparently are first in it at the moment, which is good for them. So they're essentially a very good lower division team, whereas we're a pretty bad top division team, or a decent middle division team, essentially, you know, second division. So I would say if you just look at the leagues, you'd say we should win this. But if you look at the positions within the leagues, you realize that this is anything but a sure thing, and we could easily lose this one. So don't go in with spectacular expectations, although we are supposed to win this match. Tactics-wise, what have I done to bounce that out a little bit? I ended up just moving the defensive midfielder to here. I didn't go all the way up. This match, I've got Sonkov over here. Normally we play him back as a defender, but he actually is a pretty decent just attack midfielder right. Not so much left. Do we start running? Give me a second here. Oh, he can't play Cup. Then say, do we start running him on the left? But he's Cup tied because he played for another team in the competition. So that's why we didn't do that. We played another game just 3 days ago, so I've rotated a little bit. You know, normally we would have Jean Patrick up here, but for now, Zonkov is going to play there. I've got Sergei there. Let's see, let's do it this way. Oh no, I know what we can do. We can go here. Here, we can see kind of how they're doing here. So he's recovered pretty well. Iliev is just back from injury, so we're going to put him in the front. He is good for the whole time. He was good for, I think, 75 minutes in the last one, but we chose to keep him out because we knew this was coming up. Antonov hurt himself last match, but he was just out for 2 days, so he's back and healthy and ready to be the backup. I've dropped these guys back to fullbacks, left them on support. They don't need to be wingers. They're not the sole people charging forward and running back. I just assume we keep them kind of here. to allow these guys to roam forward a little bit. I am running Georgiev out here on the right as a Mazzala, so he'll fill in a little bit here as well. So he's going to kind of maybe play in here, hopefully. We're leaving a ball-winning midfielder in the middle on defense, so he's not going to. So hopefully we'll have a decent connection from here up, and then from these up to these guys here in support, and then we've got Iliev up there as a target man on support. That's the plan. Still clear the ball to the flanks, still drop deeper. Nothing else fancy. Counter. The assistant coach suggested flexible. I'm going to go with it because we've had trouble kind of making this connection. So I'm hoping with flexible, maybe they'll stretch a little bit on occasion when they have the ball and they have the opportunity, but don't get too far out of position. That's the plan. Interestingly enough, I noticed that, I know you can't see this. It's not what I'm looking for. Anyway, it shows on the little icon down the bottom right of the screen whether I'm recording or not on OBS, because I always have to look over to see, because every once in a while I think I'm recording, but I'm not, and sometimes I think it just turns off. But it showed up, but then it automatically shrunk. So clearly I need to see about making that section a little bit bigger so it doesn't go away on me. All right, looks like we are favorites. We've played them twice, one draw, one win. Stat pack only for league claims, I guess. That makes sense. Team selection. We've already rotated our squad a little bit, so let's go ahead and hit submit team. A lot of people are lacking match sharpness. That's because we are playing a rotated squad for this cup match. I say that may bite us in the ass. This is a game we're supposed to win. Really, this is the only game they expect us to win all season. But, you know, is what it is. Yeah. It's a long season. Rotation's necessary. We're up for a challenge. God, this is a long tunnel interview. Capable. Okay. I don't think I played with any of that. Nope. So let's see what happens. I'm cautiously optimistic, which means we're going to lose. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. They started out with the first shot. It was a long shot, though. It wasn't a chance of any sort. They have had a possession advantage. So clearly, strong possession advantage. It said 73% there at one point. So clearly, they've come out a little bit harder than we have. I wonder, are they more attacking than we are? Let's look at... can we not see both formations on this one? Shows theirs. Well, they're not any more attacking setup than we are. Support, support, defend. Not quite sure why their possession is so much higher than ours at the moment. Maybe they're just better than us. I mean, that's possible. But I mean, they're not doing anything. We're playing a guy here, but he's playing ball-winning midfielder, so realistically, he's there. All right, so they got a corner in, got a head on it. It bounced around a bunch, and they stole a goal on just a stupid thing. I'm not a fan of that. People were there, just bounced around, bounces out, bounces up, bounces back again. Just luck. That was pure luck. I'm still not sure what's going on here with possession. This doesn't... I mean, you would say they came out attacking, but attacking's not going to give them more possession. I'm just not sure. I mean, maybe they're just a better team. I mean, it's certainly possible. I'm going to take a look at analysis really fast. You can see that they have the ball in ours and we don't at all. They're not playing farther forward. In fact, we're a little bit farther forward than they are. And I missed a highlight there. But it led to a corner kick for us, it looks like. Zonkov feeds it in. Manages to get back on it. Feeds it back in again. Unable to get to the next deflection. So a little bit disappointing there. I think we actually yell at the team if we come into this down. Sergey holds it in. A little bit of a dribble out to the side. Can he get a cross in? He tries. Oh, Ilya, how did you miss that? Oh, my God. Point blank, goalie out of position. You had like 2 or 3 feet there easily of near side space, and he hits the post. Just Russ coming back from injury, and we decided just to let Sola just take that one. Just keep it. We didn't bother even trying for it. That was a 50-50 thing, and we just gave it to him. I think we yell at the team. I understand we're playing a rotated team at this point, but that's just not, I mean, the rate of possession was just obscene. So we're going to be angry. We're going to go aggressive. I expect a better showing. I mean, some of these players have just been terrible. Angel's been garbage. Dimov's been garbage as well. And Dimov should be a creative player who is doing stuff for us, but clearly it hasn't happened. I think we leave the players in. I mean, with the rotation that we have, I think these are the right players. We can sub them out to put in the starters, but Dimov, what was that, Dimov? He's done. I take it back. I lied. Dimov is done. That was horrible. Let's put Vasev in. He's also more of an attack-minded midfielder, so he doesn't get in as much as probably I'd like. I like him I like the player. Can we bring this up? Hopefully I'm remembering that. Yeah, he's got good vision, determination. And, I think we missed the save and it went off the woodwork. They do have a shot off the woodwork, so maybe that's that. Nothing is happening here. I'm going to demand more. Still nothing going on. We're not getting shots. Possession is still 61% them, which is just terrible. I'm going to get rid of the clear the ball to the flanks. I don't know if that's causing the problem for us or not. And I'm actually going to move people up here. I think we're going to go really attacking here. Maybe not quite that attacking. I don't know how we're going to do here in the midfield, to be honest. I really don't. But let's give it a try. See what happens. Because I think this is a game we should be winning. Like I say, I was cautiously optimistic. Vasev. Oh, Vasev. Oh, my God. Again, these are not terrible shots. But you can see right here, we've had 2 clear-cut chances. We haven't put any. We've created the chances, but very few shots. Now, granted, they haven't had a lot more shots. The difference is they converted their clear-cut chance. So, a little frustrating, but I told you when this started that they could easily snag this. And a 1-0 game is really, really within the realm of what we went into this with expecting. All right, let's make some subs. So Dimov has been bad. Nedelchev I don't really have anybody better than Nedelchev to put in there, to be honest. Angel has not been good. Let's put in Kolev. I don't think the problem is up here, despite the fact that we haven't converted, to be honest. But, I mean, I could be wrong. Do we take out Zonkov and we put in Naichev? We're going to, just because he hasn't played great. But I'm not sure that that's I don't think that's really going to make a difference, to be honest. I'm just hoping that maybe we can steal something here towards the end. Maybe they'll make a mistake. Oh, that might have been it. Ilyev up to Sergey. Oh, Sergeyev made a great shot, but Roshkev made an even better save. Oh, my gosh. I'm also going to move up the mentality to an attack. See if that helps. They put it out for the throw-in. I wish we would have just put the cross back in. I hate when we went... A throw-in is not nearly as powerful an option as being set up for the corner, and you already are at that point. Nobody's had a chance to move out of their spot. It does bother me a little bit. All right. Oh, why Oh. Take it away. Good tackle. We are unable to clear it, but it was a good tackle. Nedelchev, own goal. It just came flying in. He wasn't expecting it. That was tough. That's game for us. That's game. Interesting. I still don't... I mean, we brought our possession up, but I really don't know why 2 teams playing the same possession, probably of similar ability levels when all is said and done, had at one point a 70-30 possession, and through most of the game a 60-40 or 65-35, ish. Maybe we'll steal one here to make it a little bit more respectable, but the board will not be happy with this. Now, I know they're at home, which is going to help, but that possession was just obscene. And I'm not, like I say, not 100% sure why. That's what bothers me the most, is I don't know. Normally I go into these knowing what our failures and problems are going to be. In this case, I have no idea. 5 minutes of injury time. We didn't have any injuries. That seems a little bit for a game with no injuries, period, that I saw. No major injuries, no minor injuries. To have 5+ minutes of injury time is silly. But I mean, you can see here we essentially ended up 60-40. And that's just... And there you go. That's the difference of that game right there. They had possession the entire time in our third, or at least in our half, on the edge of that third there. Whereas we couldn't cross midfield, right? I mean, this is midfield right here. And overall, our players didn't end up, midfield, 4 players there, them, midfield. They've got 3 right here, 4 there, I guess, maybe 1, 2, 3 close. And so they were actually a little bit back farther than us. And maybe that maintained a tighter unit cohesion so that they were able to pass and move forward a little bit better. With all of this red here, I'm really surprised that their average spot was back here, right? Our high possession areas here are essentially right in the middle of our formation, whereas theirs are all well in advance of their formation. So I'm not quite sure how your players average back here, but your possession averages up here. It's interesting. I don't know. Don't know. If you know, let me know. But like I say, we kind of expected to go into that with that type of deal. So I'm going to yell at the team here because there's absolutely no reason. Well, there's probably lots of good reasons. Clearly it happened. But no reasons that I know of at the moment other than that they just didn't play very well. So we'll leave match. I'm sure we'll hear about this one. Surprise win. Not really. We're only viewed rank outsiders. That's fine. But, the footballer group 5, whatever, I'm sure they weren't viewed as anything other than that either. So, yeah, absolutely furious. Shook my fist and everything. So let's take a look at how the tactic has done overall. So if we come here to analysis and we look at, say, our last 10 matches, this 4-3-3 wide, which is what we're playing right now, has generated more chances for than against. It hasn't really shown itself in dominating wins by any stretch of the imagination, but we have done okay. This is this crazy thing that we just... I think this is what we just played. We got 1 chance for, no chances against, no starts. What we were playing was this initially with a defensive midfielder, and you can see it just didn't work. So all in all, our new formation has been better in chances created, not necessarily in chances converted on. Part of that, though, Iliev was out for most of it, but the game he was back, he clearly didn't score any goals. So I don't know. I'm going to continue on with this 4-3-3 wide. We do have some new players in now that we didn't really see in this, so we'll come in here now that this is over, and we'll go ahead and we'll put Jean Patrick in here. I don't know why they think he's the 3rd best option there. We'll leave Sergey there. I think Sankev is the 2nd option there. Interesting. Georgiev, unable to play against in the next one because of but they consider Itov to be a better player anyway for that spot, despite the fact he doesn't know the position very well. Can he do better at central midfielder? No. Everybody we have just wants to be a ball-winning midfielder. That's the problem. Defensive midfielder. One of the reasons Galen is in there because he's one of the few players that actually wants to be mid-center. We do have a couple more here, and that's why they're on the bench. But then defensive midfielder. So realistically, we probably should be playing 2 players back here. Maybe something along these lines, like that or like that. I don't know. But we do the best with the players we have. And maybe that's a thing. Maybe we drop 2 guys back. Maybe that's something I should look at. We run 2 defensive midfielders with 1 attacking midfielder, kind of a reverse of what we were running before. Itov likes that. We run him everybody wants to be a ball-winning midfielder, but I don't know, maybe that's not terrible. And then he wants to be on defense. So even the one guy that wants to play up here wants to play defensively, which I need somebody that can move forward to some extent. And the problem is my two most forward-moving players really are our best defensive midfielder. So it's an interesting setup, that challenge that our general manager has given us here. How to play a bunch of players who only want to play defensive midfield up front. And, you know, we've seen stuff like this. We've seen other teams play this. But this scares me. I just don't know how we do that. Do we pass long to get past that? Do we pass into space to get past that? Do we make sure we exploit the flanks to get past that? And do I have the players to play there? Now, see, Vasev likes this. Georgiev likes this. So maybe we have two players that could do that. Maybe an advanced playmaker along these lines like this. Put him on attack. Everybody else is on support. We put maybe Sergei back on support like that. What do we think of this? I'm going to give it a try. Like I say, we've got no expectations past the game we just lost. I did find out how the league works, by the way, more or less. At least the first stage. Top 6 teams play in a championship league after this. Everybody plays everybody twice. At that point, top 6 leagues go off. Top 6 teams go off on their own, determine who goes off to play in Europe and in Champion League and all that good sort of stuff. The bottom 8 play in a relegation tournament. So it won't let me look at those stages at the moment, unfortunately. You see it says preliminary stage here, and if we click here, because there are no other players in there, stages, see, even here it won't let us look to. So I have no idea how many players actually drop and how many, you know, it doesn't tell us that in the rules. It just says bottom 8 go to play. So anyway, I'm going to burn through a few more matches, and we'll see you for the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you hated it. Interesting. I think our general manager has actually done a decent job. He just hasn't, in bringing in good players, he just hasn't brought in players that fit the positions, fit the formations I would prefer to play. But you know, that's what makes the GM Challenge a challenge, right? Anyway, I'm having a good time with it. I hope you guys are too, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.